Chef Roll Records, bitch.
Two words you'll never hear me say again as I do, and that's at the altar.
Oh, they know.
But I do say I do. It's just all how it's altered. I do got the money. I do got the hoes. I do not give two fucks, and I let these bitch niggas know. Two words you'll never hear me say again as I do, and that's at the altar.
Oh, they
but
know.
I do say I do. It's just all how it's altered. I do got the money. I do got the hoes. I do not give two fucks, and I let these big niggas know.
Well, I do have dreams and I do have goals, but I don't have time for unfaithful assholes. Grass is greener, well, I suppose. Ain't no looking back now, that chapter's closed. Act so tough and you talk so bold. I ain't never giving up, so now you know. Running out the show, the story unfolds. Now everywhere you go, you see Kasual. Kasual's a fan and the org, I own the shit. In a game of hustle, there is no opponent. Really with the shit, ain't no one Jones in. 2022 was the perfect moment. Gonna collect the shelves with plastic crack. Get rich off what I love, man, imagine that. Intro on every night show with a savage track. Designing printed toys to amass my stats. A natural born hustle, I'm just stating facts. Always on go, man, I never relax. Always chasing cash till the day I collapse. Where there's a will, there's a way, and that's even with rap.
Two words you'll never hear me say again as I do, and that's at the altar.
Oh, they know.
But I do say I do. It's just all how it's altered. I do got the money. I do got the hoes. I do not give two fucks, and I let these big niggas know. Two words you'll never hear me say again as I do, and that's at the altar.
Oh, they know.
But I do say I do. It's just all how it's altered. I do got the money. I do got the hoes. I do not give two fucks, and I let these big niggas know. They say that she love me. It's just probably a joke. Just keep sucking me up while I lay back and smoke. Ain't got time for these hoes. Only time for myself. Running one race at a time. So I'm chasing the wealth. Gone for a while, but it wasn't vacation. Back with the ruckus, but there's no relation. Cut these hoes off for not paying the bill. Black as the night and my heart is on chill. Cool as a fan on a cold winter night. Want me as your king, shawty, put that on ice. Idea sounded good, but it wasn't that bright. Thank you for being a friend, but it's just for the night. Never showing no love, I was never that night. Sharp as a crease and I cut like a knife. Hoes hang on my line and I fold them like kites. Told you from the jump, there will be no cuffs. Treat you like your dad, there will be no hugs. Put that dick in your mouth, till it's scraping your lungs. Roguish as fuck, bitch, I do this for fun. Tell me your dreams, and I'll just shoot them down. Only room in this town, for just one crown. Chef Roll and Kasual Records, bitch.
I remember to hit the mute button tonight, y'all. Welcome to another Late Nights with Kasual Toy Collector. I am the Kasual Toy Collector. This is the spot where toy collectors come and shoot the shit every night. A lot of y'all pop in and shoot the shit every night, man. I got 10 people watching already. If you commented, we're gonna hit you with a shout out real quick, man. That was me and Jesus on the track. Title of the song I do. A lot of y'all already know it, man. That came out second week this year, I believe. I think we 13 songs deep, y'all, and working on Flex 10. Working on Flex 10 for Friday, man. Flex 10 should be interesting. Another interesting song, man. Looks like it's gonna be one of the longest verses that we've run, possibly, if it breaks down the way I see it right now. All right, so shouting out people in chat, man. First, we got Daredevil in chat. What it do? Local Master of the Universe God. Daredevil, what up, man? MC DJ ACDC, what's happening, man? Hope you had a good day today, bro. That was me chanting yo back at everybody. Lone Dragon in the chat, man. What's happening, Lone Dragon? S3D, what's up, man? I hope you'll be jumping in here probably in a second when I spill the link. Stephanie in chat. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for coming on and checking out the show, man. Fucks with you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Astray, what's up, man? Astray in the house. Inspiration for the hot buttery biscuits line on the last Flex Friday. Let's see, this is sappy, man. This thing keep going up. Sappy. All right. MIS1 in chat. What's happening, MIS1? Uh, kid with a kung fu grip or kung fu lips. What's up? Let's see. Debbie Temple, what's up, Debbie? In chat. Thank you for swinging through, checking out the show. Appreciate you. Usually it's a bunch of fellas, man. It can get pretty rowdy, Debbie. So I don't know. You've been warned. It's guys talking guys shit. So if anything, you get to creep behind enemy lines and see how we be talking amongst each other. So might be fun for you. Might be fun to stick around. It'll start popping a lot more people in the chat here once I spill the link, man. I always shout everybody off in the initial beginning kind of here. Mystic in chat, what's up, Mystic? Been a couple days since I seen you, man. Glad you're okay. Hope everything's going well with you. You was in here early, you say? That's what's up. Mystic got tough skin. She know the fellas be talking all kind of shit on here. She got tough skin too. Let's see. Looks like I shouted everybody out that left a comment in chat. All right, so there were no hauls today, man. I didn't did I go to Walmart? I went to a Walmart, but it was for groceries. I went to buy groceries. I didn't go to anywhere that had toys. Did I get anything today? Nah. I went to a Dollar Tree. It's not even a fucking Dollar Tree no more. It's the $1.25 tree. Everything was $1.25. I hit Bruce up. I was like, damn, Dollar Tree turned into a $1.25 tree. He's like, man, it's been like that for a month. I was like, damn, bro, I ain't been in a Dollar Tree in a hot second. I always get my spoons, and I get little plastic spoons and forks from there. That's the lick, because you get 48 of them in a pack. Used to be for $1, you got 48 of them. Now it's $1.25. So usually I go in there, I spend like $10 on plastic forks and spoons and shit, and that'll last me a couple of months. And I always do that shit with soap. I get the dishwashing soap from there. I'll buy 10. I think they 64-ounce containers. I'll buy like 10 of them at a time. That way I'll just have soap on deck for a couple of months and won't have to worry about that shit. I always buy everything in bulk, man. Because I know it's something. After all these years on the planet, man, I know what I consume. I know what I need, how much I consume each week, each month, whatever. So I just get that shit in advance. I don't like all that. A lot of people, if we narrow down our trips to the store, man, like once you figure out your consumption, like consumption versus expiration dates and shit like that, man, you can get ahead of the game because we spend a lot of fucking money on some trips to the grocery store. Like, oh shit, we don't have macaroni for this big meal that we prepare and shit, man. So when you buy in bulk, man, you be ready. You be kind of ready for any scenario like that. And canned goods, I got fuckloads of canned goods because they last forever. So little tips on the hustle and how to stretch your money, man, especially in these days and times, boy, they clenching down, boy. I went to get some the little water flavor drops I be getting for the kids to put in their water when they go to school, man. Yeah. Asia, you'll warm him up a little piece of pizza. Please. Please, thank you so much. Thank you, Asia. All you need to do is like 20 seconds. So yeah, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, the little water flavors, man. They was $1.69 for like a big container of water flavors. I went in today, I want to say over $3.64 or some shit like that. It's like double up. All the prices in the stores, everything they clenching in, and gas prices. Gas is like at $3.80 a gallon right now, man. My homeboy came over. He's talking about, man, I put $12 a day. I was like, man, you put that in perspective. That's like 2.5 gallons of milk. That's like that. That's what a gallon is, y'all. One of them jugs of things right there. That gas ain't like shit. That's my homeboys, we got shit. Okay, I don't know what happened right there. Some of us got some gas guzzling joints, man. So that gas ain't cool. Oh my God, $6 a gallon. I got a little footboard down here at the computer and I kicked it. Maybe when I kicked it, it kind of jolted some type of wire around or something. I'm not sure. I had put a board up because I got tired of having to reach all up under my desk with a vacuum, reaching all in nooks and crannies with the hose and shit to clean it up. Damn, boy, $6 a gallon, man. I was talking with another one of my friends tonight, man. She a rider, boy. I said, man, you better sit down. Better learn how to sit your ass down, son. That gas, boy. Stay on the go, riding around and this spot, that spot, boy. These sometimes you need to sit still, man. Sit still and stack. Or try to stack. Against all this shit, boy. They choking us out. All that stimulus they gave us last year, boy, they getting all that shit back right now. They finna get it back quick, fast, and a hurry because everything's like doubling up. Shit. All right, so I've bantered enough, man. Since I ain't got no toy hauls and nothing to show off tonight, man. And I was really hoping to have some progress on the polar battle bear, man. It keeps fucking up, though. I can't figure out, like, I got tree support set for it, and it keeps messing up on the bottom of it. Like, eventually it gets to a point where it starts laying it clean. The upper part of the body kind of looks fairly straight, but it like warps on one side, and I keep trying to correct it. I get my little balance checks and shit. Oh, you do Uber, Debbie? I was scared that wouldn't be profitable, man. All the wear and tear on cars, it's expensive to fix them now too, man. But we got Steve in chat. What it do, man? Uh-oh, can't hear you, man. That microphone shit like last time. He's got it connected to something else. Or another microphone connected to something.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Yep.
Okay. Yep, yeah, it's expensive. It's officially $6 a gallon where I live. And in LA, which is only like maybe an hour from me, it's between $7 to $9 a gallon.
$9?
Yep. Certain parts of LA it reached $9.
Man.
It's just a ripoff. And is what it is there's no need for it. It's just California. Back in the 60s and 70s, there used to be there was like a commission that if you were doing price gouging on gas or anything like that, you can actually lose your business. You can get in a lot of trouble, these gas stations. There were limits on what they can do. They don't have that anymore. And California, as it is, we impose a gas tax. And we have 2 gas taxes because the state is run by those douchebag Democrats. No offense to any Democrats on there. But the cocksuckers that run the state are just fucking it up big time. And so this is how bad it is. Let's say gas was free everywhere. We would still pay about $2 a gallon, even if it was free, because we have to pay tax on it being free. You know,
but y'all's, if memory serves me correct, I don't know if it's changed up or not. Y'all's government doesn't, like, a lot of these states are kind of in the hole with funding, I guess you would say, and y'all aren't in the hole. I hear that Florida and California are like,
yeah, we're not in the hole. The other thing as well,
states or whatever,
extremely, and it's ridiculous what they're doing. The other thing too, so they say that part of the reason why they did this gas tax is to help with the infrastructure, with the freeways, the highways, the roads, all that. We have some of the worst highways and roads out there because they're not spending the money to fix that.
Right.
You know, but the capital, if you go to Sacramento, they've got all the offices are super nice, brand new, state-of-the-art furniture. Yeah. You know, they're lining their pockets. You know, it's getting to the point where So they want is what they want to do is they want to force people to buy electric vehicles, which is fine if you could afford that. But if you can't afford to buy
Electricity
it,
goes up too, though, because they're using fuel to make the electricity in the long run.
well, yes and no. So, for example, for us, if we had an electric vehicle and if we had the hookup, it would cost us nothing because we have solar. You know, we don't ever get an electric bill. You know, so no, I haven't had an electric bill. I take it back. We get a bill once a year, and that's because we have to pay the taxes on the electricity on what it would have been. So
How much is it?
could be a couple $100. Our biggest bill we had was like $400. But most of the time we have credits. So like last month we actually
So your house is
made
outfitted
money.
with solar. Your house is outfitted with solar panels.
Yeah, so we have solar panels.
Okay.
So like for example, last month, we actually made $25 on our thing.
Yeah, for putting power back in.
Yeah. And so we haven't had a bill like an actual electric bill in probably 3 years.
Hey man, so what does it take? Like, how much did it take realistically, man, to solar outfit the house? Did you do it yourself? Did you hire somebody? Like,
No, we hired someone. We went through Solar City, which is owned by Elon Musk's company. What's that shit called? The Elon Musk company. Who makes the cars?
Yeah. Tesla.
Tesla, yeah. So Tesla owns Solar City, and so that's who did ours. And you have the choice of you could either lease it, which we didn't want to do. We bought ours. So ours basically it costs like in the beginning it was $30,000, but California when we did it they had a what was called a special rebate, a tax rebate.
Right.
You got back for doing solar, and so that was $10,000 we got back, which you apply towards the bill. And so, because we're paying, monthly for the solar, but our solar bill is like $110 a month, and we own it, until it's paid off. Once it's paid off, then we don't ever have to pay a solar bill.
How many years do you got to pay on it?
We have, I think, 17 years left.
Can you overpay to knock out?
Yeah, you can knock it down.
So if all you're paying is $100, if you sink 500 into it, then you're knocking it down and
yeah.
a lot faster, obviously.
Oh yeah. So if you were to pay $500 a month, you'd get it down to a couple years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing: you'd want to pay your first bill and then make an additional payment because you want to make sure that it's not going towards any interest.
So do you know? All right, so. Because I understand how to hook it up and all. Obviously smaller scales because I've never had the money to take the big project. But all right, so how many batteries do you have? Or like, is it just a box unit that they have? And you don't really know how many batteries are in it, or?
Well, we don't have batteries. We don't have a backup battery. Like we had the option to get the backup battery with Tesla, but at the time they didn't have it out.
You've got a backup battery though because your power's on right now. The sun, well, maybe the sun's still there. Okay, but I'm saying.
Okay. So no, we don't have a backup battery. So the solar generates electricity, and which Edison takes. Yeah. So Edison, which is our power company, they take the power, and so, for example, what we generate during the day, we're still on the grid. You know what I mean? We're still using electricity. But what we make and what we generate basically covers anything that we're using when it's like raining, snow, when it's nighttime. We're still using power, but we're giving so much power back to where we still make money from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like we're just strictly on solar and not on a power grid. We're still on the power grid.
Yeah, so I'm talking about bailing off grid. I was curious how many batteries it would take to accommodate a full house to be able to handle air conditioning, drying, refrigerators, etc.
I honestly don't know.
You don't know what kind of wattage your panels are able to produce.
I mean, I know that they're able to produce quite a bit, but in order to get the backup battery that you're talking about, that's also God, I want to say at the time they were talking about $30,000 just for the battery, and that can power an entire house.
Well, you can do it too off of deep. You can run them, I think, in parallel or whatever, deep cycle marine batteries or some shit like that. You can have a bunch of them run in parallel or some shit, and then
See,
it goes to an inverter. Like I fuck around with electricity.
See, I don't know enough to. I mean, we like I said, we have our thing through Edison, so that's why. So we still use electricity. Like right now, we're using Edison. We're not using solar right now, but during the day we use the solar. And again, because of the amount that we're generating, you know, we're not using more than what we generate.
Right. So from the sun, you pull 12 volts. That's all you can pull. A house runs on 220. Usually, at least here is at least 200 amp, 220 service.
Yeah, we have 220
to run a house.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you're pulling in 12 volts, that's the same as auto, like a car current or whatever, the same as your car battery. And house is it's AC and DC. I can't remember which is which. Alternating current, I think, is the car. DC is the house.
And then you have direct current,
Direct current, yeah. All right, so you have to translate alternating current into direct current. In order to do so, you come down from the 12 volt panels that are certain wattage ratings, like 200 watts per panel or whatever. And
I can see if I could check because I should have my Solar City app. I haven't checked it in forever, and I could tell you what I'm generating. I'm
just curious, how many watts worth of panels did you have to stick on top of your house? Did it cover the whole roof? Did it only cover a
it covered one portion of the roof. So it's on our backside, which is nice. I didn't want it on the front, which it actually is better on the back anyways, because that's where we get the most sun.
Right, yeah.
So let's see. I know we have, I want to say 32 panels, I think. And then I'll tell you, let me enable my apps. Let me log. I haven't logged into this thing in freaking forever.
Welcome to your My Solar City.
Switch over. I want to hear the intro. I'll tell you what I'm doing, what I'm bringing in.
He said, "Fuck solar." We are solar. That's why a lot of us are falling apart, because we never go out in our world. They're all sitting on couches and playing video games and shit and just fading away.
But yeah, I mean, I want to eventually get an electric vehicle, but right now it's like, I've got the gas, and it sucks that Tesla.com. Okay. Now
you guys, 706. What's up, man?
What's going on, yo? Another day in paradise.
Yeah, see, now it's saying, which I haven't used the app in so long, now it's saying I got to use the Tesla app.
Whatever. The Crimson Bloods fight. Whatever.
What happened?
Politics, man. Just politics.
Yeah, but I'll say, man, just the gas prices out here are just ridiculous. I really wish that the state would get rid of that stupid gas tax, and then even without the gas tax, we're still one of the highest states anywhere. I mean, I could literally go, and we've done it. So when my wife had graduated, because she was doing for her second master's degree, she did GCU online, but she wanted to actually go to the actual college for her, to walk and all that stuff. So
hey, man, hold on, I got to say real quick to the chat, man, before everybody get their panties in a ruffle, man. Politics, them motherfuckers don't care about you, red, blue.
They don't care about nobody.
Yeah, no, they don't.
None of them give a fuck about you. Their pockets is lined. They don't care about you.
They don't even care about each other, much less us. Shit.
They don't care about any of y'all coming in here trying to be no motherfucking keyboard warriors, trying to defend a president or get a president in here. None of them care, man. That shit, we could joke about it, but I'm just making sure, because I see people talking, pig, man, we got this troll shit coming in, and it's such close such close shit that I don't know if I should ban it or what. Pigman. Like, don't let them give a fuck about y'all. Not me. Either.
That's true.
Yeah, I just put I put like 50 in my car earlier. That probably 2 hours ago.
So, like, for example, I'll tell you what my house generated today. Now,
Okay.
I do need to clean my panels, and then I would get better results. But today I got 27.9 kilowatts.
How many?
27.9 kilowatts.
Almost 28 kilowatts.
Okay.
Average on a week is 170.3 kilowatts.
You say you got 32 panels?
Yeah,
They're probably rated at like 200 watts a piece.
something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the
see.
lifespan on those panels generally?
What's what?
What's the lifespan? Like how long do they typically?
Lifetime, and they're under lifetime warranty.
Oh, okay, cool.
How
How much they run a piece generally?
How much do they run a piece?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
We got it as a whole package. So.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, because they come up, they install it, they do everything. Like this week, okay. I'll tell you. So this is what we generated, like we made this week alone, for electricity. Now we made $58 profit this week from our electric, and that's still using electricity. We've been in the profit. Like we actually make money. Edison pays us. They give us checks.
And electricity is going up because fuel is going up.
Right.
Yeah.
You're fixing to be making more money because your house is outfitted with solar.
Yeah.
Smart choice.
I'd like my to be solar powered.
I want to start swinging over to it, man.
I mean, it's worth it. I'll tell you that much. Like, I mean, shoot, especially out here. So, during the winter, I mean, yeah, our gas bill goes up because we live in the high desert. So we get the extreme of each weather. So when it's hot, now the one nice thing about here versus when I lived 45 minutes from here, down the hill, we'd get more humid weather. Up here, we get the dry heat during the summer, but we can get temperatures of 110, 117, things like that. But then during the winter, we can get freezing temperatures. You know what I mean? So, but during the summer, man, we used to, before we got our solar, when we were running our AC, we had $500-600 electric bills. Especially with me being a heavy set guy, I like AC,
He got it off this way. Yeah, we playing the Switch. Man, the trolls coming at the chat hard tonight.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't figure out how to get out of this, dude.
Yeah, I just wish gas prices would go down. It's just crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's my biggest beef with this state.
Yeah, that's I don't care about nothing but that, really. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like this. Like, I'm a Republican, but I'm not like diehard. Like, I'm not a Trump supporter.
Yeah, we're a Republican family. We don't eat, sleep, and breathe the shit.
Neither do I. And my only beef with Newsom, and even though he is a Democrat, my only beef is the gas tax, is our gas prices. If he'd lower that, then everything else I'd say he's done in the state is fine. I mean, I don't have any complaints about him other than that.
Okay,
but even if a Republican was our governor, and if they were raising, I'd have issues with that too.
Right.
Like everybody worries about the president and all this, all that. I don't care about any of that. I care about my local government. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to impact me directly.
Yeah. All they are is a face to put all the blame on, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm blocking them as soon as they pop in. I'm blocking their ass. All of them suck. None of them are worried about. Nobody. None of them worried about us.
No, exactly. I just
They keep coming at the chat. The trolls keep coming in with different names.
you think it's Brian again?
Might be. Might be bored. He might be off tomorrow. Yeah. These must be minions of Brian.
Hmm.
He's bored. He's probably drunk, bored. He's got some kind of app that control YouTube. He probably paid for it.
Hmm.
He probably paid for the app. I know he ain't smart enough to figure it out.
The fuck is that?
Is that your son?
I didn't know who's well, I didn't know if it was Steve's little boy or I didn't think.
No. You kidding? My son went to bed early. He's grounded. He's gotten some
Oh,
trouble.
grounded.
He lied to me about something.
Yeah, I plan on it, kid. I'm gonna get all the Powers of Grayskull related stuff that's from classics. I just I hadn't really bought any up until I bought that Megalator, and I'm kind of I ain't gonna get it all at once and
He's
just
climbing through the hole, my drive-through window.
piece there and a piece there.
Hey, and I forgot to ask. So, today I was looking up that thing you were saying about Pixel Dan and Snake Mountain. I didn't see anything. The only thing I saw was that that Mega Block Snake Mountain.
Oh, that was New Soundwave was talking about that. Nah, clarification on that. He was basically it was the Super 7 Snake Mountain that me and you already have. So they never. Origins is going to be making regular Snake Mountain at some point because they've got the Lego one
So that's what I was asking about. Is if Origins, if they're going to do?
Yeah, they're going to do one. I'm sure they will.
Oh, okay, but they didn't announce it though, right?
No, hell no. They ain't been nothing leaked at all. No photos, no nothing.
Now what's this? I saw something about Mattel might lose a license for. Don't they own Masters or?
No, they actually sold the rights in around 91 or so.
Why?
Yeah, so they basically right now they're the way it's set up is they're basically okay. So regardless that they sold the license in the early 90s, that they still have first dibs on the product line itself. So if they passed, and so basically in 2023 it reverts to Universal. So regardless, but they're still.
So Universal owns it,
right? Yeah. So they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up making it. They're going to continue. They've already said they can see Motu lasting past 2028 or whatever. So their plans is to keep it going. So they don't plan to let it go. So I mean maybe they can fully buy back the rights. I don't know if Universal would let it go. But
I think if they made enough, if the offer was good enough, but why did they sell it in the first place?
Because so when the vintage line did so poorly in that last year, it really took a dip after 85. So entering the 86 year, it was $495 million or billion or whatever the hell it was, and that was I think 85, and then it went to 7 million. It took a really big fall, and then they came out with the new adventures, because as well as they worked 2 years in advance on upcoming stuff. So
for toys and stuff,
So when 87 came around, they were already into the refresh for the upcoming 87 year, and they pretty much took. I mean, it just hurt them so bad. They tried to come back with the new adventures, and it just tanked, and they couldn't carry it, so they decided to sell off the rights to it, but they kept exclusivity in the sense of they have the first initial rights to continue to make the toys. So as soon as they pass, they no longer hold that privilege. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I think being as that they've got their fourth quarter profits recently is through the roof. You know, I mean, it's doing so well, as well as you know. But they've got 3 lines that they're pumping right now.
Yeah,
So
and they just did their second season of the new cartoon, right?
yeah, so the second season of the CGI is already out, and I can see them continuing Revelation for sure. I'm hoping to hear something at San Diego Comic Con in July.
Now,
Either
did they say if they're gonna? So, were there ever talks about them?
they beat around the bush about it. I seen Ted Biaselli, the dude over at Netflix. He's a big huge Motu guy, huge Motu fan, and he was on an interview with Geek Dad Life YouTube channel and with them guys, and they talked with him for about an hour and a half. And they asked him the question directly, but he just kind of was like, that's something, as long as, he pretty much said the same shit Kevin Smith said. He was just like, well, you never can tell, as long as y'all continue to watch it, I wouldn't, rule it out. It seemed like it's a good deal. So I think they will, man. I'm hoping because,
I'd like to see them do it. It's just so many people were so critical of it.
well, that's people
and
I
that's-
consider not true fans of. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't understand why people were so critical because I you know what I felt like.
Okay, the common sense, the reason why, Steve, is because they're so okay. When you're used to something being, you come up with something and you're so used to it being the way you accepted it as a kid, and then now you're 40 years old and you're watching it, they expect it to be no different. And you can't do that. It's not possible. So it's gonna be.
Not only that, it's like I wouldn't want to see the exact same thing as a kid.
No,
Like,
hell no.
although I love vintage He-Man, I watch it and I'm like, okay, it's cool, but it's also it's like watching G.I. Joe. It's corny.
Yeah, it's corny.
It's like
but you love it. You love it no matter what, even if you know it's a little cheesy now.
But at the same time, it's like I felt like Revelations was what Resolute was for G.I. Joe. Mm-hmm. What Revelations was for Motu.
Well, they didn't go in trying to please everybody. It was a love letter mainly to the adults, to us singularly.
That's what I was going to say, because like I thought it was fantastic. It is everything I wanted to see with Masters. I mean, I definitely felt like that was I didn't want to see a kiddie cartoon. Like that was definitely what I thought was awesome for He-Man as an adult who loved it as a kid, because He-Man was my first love.
Yep.
That was my first toy was He-Man.
Yep, mine too.
And then I got G.I. Joe after, and that became pretty much it for me. But Motu was always number one for me.
Been number one my whole life.
Yeah.
I just it's like I said, it's just some people that just want to talk shit, and it's not the way they expect it to be. I mean, everybody complains, man. That's just a fact of life. Everybody's unique in that sense. So you can't please everybody, and I don't live to try to please anybody. So I can see them not giving a fuck either. Because it's at the end of the day, it's their IP. It's what they've done for 40 years. Matter of fact, I can see them bringing it back another season, because you also got not only as G.I. Joe, as well as being their 40th, it's Masters 40th anniversary. So I can't see them not putting it out, or because somebody had said earlier that they were talking about canceling the Origins was going to get canceled as a toy line. I'm like, I know. I said, how the hell can it get canceled as good as it's doing? What is?
Oh shit!
What happened, Kel?
I think maybe it won't fuck it up. Oh, Libby 2.0 is back. This is your friend.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
This might be Eamon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's Eamon. It must be Eamon. Eamon.
Oh, that is awesome.
I'll be down.
I think it's going to snow. Don't ban right away. Let's see what 2.0 has to say.
You still down in Key West?
Hey, where's my airline ticket?
Mm-hmm.
2.0.
Long Dragon, how you been?
He said, "Hiya, clan. How you been?"
But yeah, I'm waiting, man. I hope I know we're gonna see a lot more. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally like I'm excited to see what they plan on doing with Motu. I definitely don't see the Origins line ending. I felt
No.
like
no,
the way Revelations
Hey,
ended.
hold on, real quick, man.
So
Time out.
much
Time
more.
out. No, not sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Actually,
Yeah, you good.
what the funny shit about it is, look at like the comment section. You got 3 fucking white dudes on the camera here.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is? What's the inspiration here? Like,
Uh,
What are you talking about?
like they on some racist shit. They on some
yeah,
racist
I've been kind of reading it. Yeah.
I haven't been reading anything other than that I saw Libby 2.0.
Yeah, Kid and Raw Talk have been going after him.
The only thing you're offending is my finger. Like, I have to keep clicking the damn button to ban
Yeah,
y'all.
right.
We letting you stay, Libby, though, because that shit was funny the other time you was
Yeah.
on.
Everybody else, y'all can get the fuck out.
Libby, I'm waiting for you to say some shit because it'll be in next week's song.
Yeah,
you'll be on Flex 10.
Yeah. I've already been jotting down some.
Hey Libby, where's my airline ticket?
Give me something to play with, Libby.
Did you move on?
Give me some material, Libby. I need some material.
Or are you really Brian?
I don't know you will.
That guy's name was.
I don't
Or
know
are
you.
you Eamon? You screaming Eamon?
But action figure.
Yeah, no, I also feel like with Revelations they can go the She-Ra route, because that's the other thing too. That She-Ra cartoon on Netflix, it was all,
Well, they already hinted at the Horde in the last episode, so
Yeah,
Hordak
exactly.
and them be coming. So
Yep, and if you have Hordak, you've got She-Ra.
maybe not necessarily. I mean, that is just
Yeah,
if you
true.
go by the past, you would say that, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he
You
would
might be
find.
right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm up for it. I don't care either way. I just want the Horde to come back.
Well, and if this is supposed to be a continuation, She-Ra had already existed anyways.
Well, true, but you got to look at it like they're in the sense of not following canon necessarily 100% because it's part of the multiverse, and they've never had. See, Motu as a history has never been in a multiverse type of format. So now that Revelation come out, now it's kind of in the CGI show because it's got its own spin of the story. So it's kind of like it's got different entities, like 3 different entities now. So and it's all in one eclipsed in one universe. So, I don't, I'll just be happy to see Hordak come back because I felt robbed in the Mike Young series and as well as the toy line in the 2000s. So because it only lasted about less than 4 years, and the last episode was 39, and they never completed 40. The script got done. I read the script online, for that episode, how it was going to be. But
you're talking about for 2002?
Yeah, for the 2000.
Yeah, they did the comic, right? That was it.
Yeah, they did.
Because I've got that. Because I got the 2002 series, and the ending or whatever was on the comic.
Yeah, Scott Knightlick, I know Scott for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, they did the 40th episode as a comic, because that was the only way, Of course, he's got it on his YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube video all about it, and he's got quite a few of them, too. Obviously, he was over classics for 12 years.
Yeah. See, and I wish... See, I thought the 2002 line or cartoon was such a good cartoon.
Oh man, it was great, man. It was so they cared so much about what came before, and they added so much to the history. And
exactly. And for me, I actually felt like
they paid more homage to it than Revelation has. Let's put it like that.
Yes, and I'll say that. So they definitely did that, and they gave you like a backstory.
Yeah,
Which
the
was
deeper
cool,
history on other characters and adding to the
Yes.
story. It just I love that shit, man. You know?
Oh yeah, and when you see Caldor,
Yep.
before
Pre-Skeletor, Hal Hordak was the one who called him to
Uh-huh.
be, or caused him, help him be what he is, and
yeah,
the essence, or how Stinkor became Stinkor, how because he was a little creature,
yeah.
and there's all kind of shit, man. Too Bad, how Too Bad became Too Bad because he was Tuvar and Badra. There were two different mercenaries.
Yep. And even the toys were cool. Like,
Yeah, the toys were great, man. Fuck, I love the toys. Just because everybody hated them because they were that anime style, but anime was big back then. It was a
but
big thing.
even though, okay, so it was anime style, but it wasn't over the top anime.
No, it was
Like-
hyper anime is what they kept calling it. But
Yeah, so it's like, so I have a thing where and no offense to anybody who loves Pokemon, I know there's a lot of Pokemon people out there. I hate Pokemon, and I hate that type of animation. So I would call, if it was too CGI-ish or too kiddie, I would call it the Pokemon version.
right.
That was not the Pokemon version. It's like, so when they had G.I. Joe, when they did, it was G.I. Joe Sigma 6, I think is what it was called. I call that the Pokemon of G.I. Joe because it was for little kids. It's like what the new He-Man cartoon
Right.
is.
Yeah.
I call it the Pokemon of He-Man.
It is.
know.
Yeah. I just can't get into that CGI.
Straight say he like Pokemon. Fuck your gun.
Battle Cat looks good on there, but I can't.
It's all good. It's all good. But no, I'm just not a Pokemon guy. I mean, that's why I just refer to that because it's got that real kiddie thing to it. Like, see, for me, like that's why I hated Beast Wars.
Yeah.
I felt like they went away from the traditional animation with Transformers when they did that.
Yeah, what you see now on CG or Netflix and shit, because they've got the Jurassic Park the same way. Can't portray.
And I can't stand that either. It's like,
Yeah, I can't. I tried to watch it, but I watched it about 2 minutes and I had to turn it off.
well, and it's like even when they did Transformers Prime, I almost couldn't get into it because of the CGI, but the storyline was so good to where I no longer was paying attention to the cheesy CGI. It actually got really good. So the story is what got me into it. If it weren't for the storyline and the good writing with it, then I would have just been like, no, this is another Pokemon cartoon. So, but no, I mean, I really enjoyed, especially the 2002 He-Man I will actually probably say is still to this day one of my favorites.
It is for me. I mean, right now it's okay. So I'm gonna say I said this shit before. So until Revelation has another season, right now it's Filmation, then it's 2000 Mike Young series, and then it's Revelation, and then it's New Adventures, and then whatever else.
I wouldn't even watch New Adventure. I think I watched one episode. I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, it's okay. For what it is, it's good.
See, and I love the Filmation because it was what got me into Masters. You know what I mean? So nothing can ever replace that.
No, nothing will ever replace it.
But the 2002 series was good.
Yeah, it was beyond good. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Love you, Sam.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Sam.
But then also, I love Revelations. I mean, I'm really hoping they do a second season. It just, but like how Love Dragon was saying, same thing with Ninja Turtles. The 2002 cartoon for Turtles, or what they call the 2000X, that was such a great cartoon because so I loved the original cartoon, the one that we had from what 80, what was it, 80 something. It was a 10-year. They had 10 seasons, the original one. So that was great. But when they did the 2002, it had that almost like a comic-esque. You know what I mean? It was a darker, more gritty.
Yeah, it was. Well, because originally when Mark Taylor designed Motu, it had a darker feel
no,
to
no,
it.
I was talking about for the
Oh.
TMNT.
Oh, TMNT. Yeah, I never
yeah.
did watch that one. I don't think. I only
Yes.
watched the Fred Wolf series. I didn't watch any others.
And the Fred Wolf, I mean, is still my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah,
But
me too.
the 2002 one or 2000X, what they call it, was fantastic. I thought they did a good job. I even liked the first Nickelodeon, rendition of it. I thought they did a great job. Now the new one they've done, I think it's poop on a stick. I couldn't get into it. I was just like, yeah, no. To me, it's like what, but I know that it's necessary because the kids like it, and and you still have to have a cartoon. I know eventually they'll give us something that we want, and so, and that's a cool thing. I think with all of these genres, they can do different takes of them, and they can restart it and give a whole new storyline to it. Like I knew people who didn't like the original Ninja Turtle movies because the story was completely different than the cartoon. But I loved it. I loved the first, the live action ones. I thought they were great. I was like, oh man, I love that they were different. Just like the comic was different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with G.I. Joe, with the first, the Sunbow cartoon versus to the comic.
Yeah, because they adjusted it based off, the comic initially from the get go. Because obviously, like you said, it was so dark, so gritty.
Well, the comic and the cartoon were definitely different. Like they were much different. Because for G.I. Joe, the comic was they got away with a lot more in the comic than ever in the cartoon. Like in the cartoon, nobody ever died. Everybody parachuted out of helicopters. Someone shot down, they had a parachute. In G.I. Joe, man, they killed people in there. And the stories were definitely better. But it was also, I think, more geared to a more sophisticated audience, I guess.
Yeah.
To, not really sophisticated, I say more of a mature audience.
Yeah, the 90s movies were great, Giga. They were awesome, man. I love them. They're classics, man. All except for the third movie. I don't give a fuck about
Oh, God, that third one was horrible.
What got me on that one is when they got away from how the turtles looked as the costumes themselves. When they got away from all that, how the previous two movies looked, that killed it for me, man. I couldn't do it then. I watched it. I like it. It's somewhat okay, but it ain't nothing. It don't hold a candle to the first two. Nope. Don't even hold a candle to them. And I think I want to say like one of the voice actors wasn't in the third one that was in the first two. I just can't remember who the fuck it was, but
what's his name? Corey Feldman.
Yeah, so
he was in the first. He was not in the second, but he came back for the third.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
and they did that crossover they did with Power Rangers.
Oh God, that was horrible.
I couldn't.
Because it was the studio who had made Power Rangers did that live action series. It was like I think 2 seasons for Ninja Turtles. I have them on DVD, and I only have them because I used to do some reviews for Shout Factory, and Shout Factory had got that's one of their licenses that they have for the publications for DVD.
Yeah.
And so they sent them to me, and I was just like, oh God. I let my son watch it. I was just like, this is just, I couldn't get over, and I wanted to like it, but it was so cheesy.
You're right, Stray. If it ain't got the animation to go with the story, I don't give a damn because you don't want to watch it, even if the story's good. That's what kills me, bro.
You see, I'm like that. So the animation has to be good with the story, or
at least acceptable.
Yeah. See, and I felt like Transformers Prime was acceptable. Normally, I don't even like CGI. I like the old style animation.
Old style, yep.
That's why I loved what they did with Revelations.
Yep.
And then even with G.I. Joe with Resolute, And then even Renegades, I thought was good.
I mean, I can roll with Castlevania. You know, that's on Netflix. I mean, even though it's done by overseas studio, I can rock. You know, I rock with it. But you know, if it's CGI, man, I just can't do it, bro. I don't you know.
Someone asked, I don't know who you're asking if they came to one of those coming out of the shell tours, but no, I did not. My brother, I think, did. I was when Ninja Turtles came out, I was much older, and so
I was like 12 or somewhere around there, 10 to
I want to
12.
say I was in like I think I was in like 5th grade or something like that.
So I
I think
collected
they
the
came
fuck
out.
out of turtles, man. I had
4th or
doubles
5th.
of all the turtles.
I think I had a few things, but then
Thing I didn't have was a sewer playset.
my brother did. In fact, I've got 2 sewer playsets. I've got and they're both the original. I've got one that I had acquired years ago, and then my brother's. I've got his isn't complete. I'm trying to complete it,
Yeah.
but my brother went to the Shells tour or whatever. But I got out of the turtle stuff. I want to say is like 6th grade or even middle
Like I
school.
said, I had them all, man. I had all the vehicles. I had the blimp. I had the, you know, all the. You know, I did pretty much everything. Man. Like I said, the only thing I didn't have was a playset. But I'd go outside, and I remember we was living in Texas at the time, and actually no, that was when I was here. My apologies, but I used to dig like these trenches out in the yard. My mom couldn't stand that shit, but I'd grab all these bricks and try to make sewers. You know, I'd put, you know, make mud and a little bit of water and try to make, you know, and I would put my fingers in the little makeshift, you know, sewer holes and stuff, shit like that, and have, you know, full scale battles outside in the grass and shit.
Nice. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Lone was saying, yeah, I've got the Technodrome. I've got
Imagination
the
was running wild.
Blimp, van. I've got the.
I didn't have the
Showing you
Technodrome.
guys, I've got the Channel 6 news van. I've
Yeah,
got
I had
this thing here. My
remember when I went
way up over there.
I went to Texas, I had Mikey and the little skateboard thing with the windmill on it. Yeah, the cheapskate, yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got this, the Mutant module, complete. Nothing missing from it. Yeah, all my turtle stuff's complete. I had gotten this. A lot of my vintage turtle stuff I acquired from a company called Toy Stable. And this is before Lynn and Dick had sold the company because they were the owners. They sold it to one of their longtime employees. And then he went and he opened up an actual store and stuff. But before they did all that, they bought a huge collection from him.
Yeah.
And I got everything was complete. So I've got the Technodrome. It's way up in one of my boxes over there. I mean, I've got everything turtle-wise just about, except for some of the more rare stuff. Like, I don't have some of those like super expensive, like the later figures.
Yeah. I had them all. I had Scratch, and I had Wingnut, Screw Loose, all the ones, Usagi Jumbo, Leatherhead, all of them, man. Every single one, all the variants.
See, I had Wingnut. Well, I still have Wingnut and Screw Loose. I didn't have the Metalhead Mike.
Yeah,
I didn't have the Scratch or
Mondo Gecko. I had them all. Man.
Mondo Gecko. I still have
all the core characters that they single secondary characters. I had them. Every single one of them. Doubles of a lot of them. Same like kind of like the same thing happened with my He-Man in the beginning. Because my dad, I had some of it. I even had triples. You know, be honest with you. Never had Eternia.
Ashtray. You want to see my biscuits? Here you go, bro. Here's my biscuits, man. Yeah, that's for you, Ashtray.
I've got to. I've got 2 Snake Mountains to make one, so I need to get that done at some point, and then I'll have, a shell and maybe some few extra pieces left for another one.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I need a vintage Snake Mountain.
Well, when I get around to it, man, if you don't get one around that time, if you're interested in what I'll have left, you're more than welcome to grab it from me once I I'll let you know whenever I get it done up or whatever.
Yeah, possibly. Did you sell your poster to
DFS, yeah. I messaged him today, and he finally got back to. Actually, he got back to me way earlier. I just had took a nap, and
Okay.
I went after I got up. I walked around or got up, moved around a little bit, and then I went out and got me some Church's chicken, not Popeyes. So I finally hit him up after I got done eating. I was playing Gears 5 with my buddies that I've been friends with for almost 20 years. So
Oh, that's
before I
cool.
came on here.
So he's buying it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was cool with whoever wanted it, man. I didn't need it anymore.
Well, no, he asked for it first, so that's why I was like, let him.
Yeah,
But
'cause that's why.
if he backs out or doesn't pay, let me know. Let me
Yeah.
decide.
Oh yeah. I'll let you know if that happens.
Yeah, because it's funny. We did our taxes today, and we're getting a nice chunk back. I'm not gonna say how much, but we're getting a bit back. So my wife's like saying the things that she wants. She's like, "So what do you want?" I'm like, "The only thing I want is that I would never go out and buy, just because I'm not spending that much money on it." But I told her, I said, "Man, I would love. I mean, I'm still hoping someday Mattel will release, even for Origins, like the Eternia playset. I think
they hinted at it again on another piece of card art, which is the Flying Fist He-Man that just came out. It's on the back of that card art again. That's like the third little innuendo, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in 2012 San Diego Comic-Con, when right as Scott, it was the end of his run in classics, that he'd already said that they were going to do a tower at a time of release. They already had the tooling for it, and at that Comic-Con
for a new one,
and then they had a scale, basically like a diorama type of thing set up, and I seen it, and it was encased in glass and all that shit, and that was just a foreshadowing of what was to come. But unfortunately, classics didn't last.
Yeah. Well, partly I think the reason why classics didn't last was because Matty Collector sucked balls.
Well,
horrible service. Like the figures were amazing.
Yeah, I heard the service was shit, but
the service
than that, it was
that was their downfall, was the service. Yeah. The service was bad, but the figures were, oh my god,
they were over the top. Great.
They were, to this day, they are still my favorite figures of all of them.
That's why they go for so much. I mean,
oh yeah, but I'll say, now I got upset when Super 7 took over the line, because they were re-releasing stuff that was basically already out, maybe a little bit of retooling like on the face sculpts, and they were charging what was I think a $20 or $30 figure. They were charging $75 or whatever.
Right. But I will say that whole ordeal, I think the really only positive that came, well, really, I guess you could say two positives, but one more than anything was the fact that they picked up the ball when it came to the Snake Mountain itself. They did finish it. So,
which is nice. I mean, because I remember seeing Snake. Now that I saw like Comic-Con. When it was encased in the glass.
I seen it when the prototype was first shown. Mm-hmm. When it was in its pre-paint mold, it wasn't painted.
Oh yeah, so the one I saw wasn't painted as well. And so when I saw that there, I was like, man, this thing is just. I was like, that is just awesome. But it was actually bigger than this one.
It was. I think it's roughly 6 inches smaller than what they initially told everybody. It wasn't found out until after it shipped, and everybody was just kind of like,
no, they did say it was going to be a little bit smaller than the original, and the reason for that was packaging costs.
Yeah,
and they didn't have tools. They didn't have an actual tool or a mold of that size. That was just a prototype.
Yeah, it didn't bother me that the fact that it ended up being slightly, shorter.
And it's so big as it is.
Yeah, it's already,
Yeah, so I thought, like, man, how did they do it? Oh, excuse me,
it's fucking bigger than Eternia. If you melt all the plastic down between the two play sets, it's definitely bigger than Eternia.
The only thing I wish they would have done was maybe add some foot pegs to the walkways going up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think I would have liked the walkways to be a little bit wider, so the figures like little
stay
steps
on it, yeah.
type of deal. Yeah. I mean, for what it is, though, I mean, it's awesome, man. The four horsemen,
Oh, they did
and
a
dude,
fantastic job on it.
because they're Motu lovers themselves, man. So they
Yes,
put
they
all
are.
their heart and soul and everything He-Man related they've done, you know.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, I agree with you 100% there.
And they're the force behind the 2000X line.
Yep.
They did all the all that, and then they did classics.
Yeah.
They touched some figures from the Revelation line as well. Mossman was one of them that they had a hand in. So their fingerprints is all over Motu, man.
Yeah, for sure. But Four Horsemen aren't working on this stuff anymore, right?
To my knowledge, from what I've been hearing, what little bit I've heard, that they're still dabbling with Mattel. So what they've got, what they're going to be doing with them, as far as Revelation as it progresses, I don't know, but they're always there and they're always in their, like, it's almost like they're in their hip pocket.
Yeah.
So they know that they're the big guns, So if Mattel really wants to be like, hey, y'all know these guys,
Because it was the Four Horsemen that did the original Snake. Well, not the original, but this Snake Mountain. They're
the ones. They're the ones that done Snake Mountain prior to Super 7, and all that. They did pretty much all the work. So it's like Super 7 just kind of, finished it up, as far as releasing it. And I'm glad they did, man. I'm glad they picked up the ball and finished it and got it out there to everybody. And that's something everybody was waiting for. I mean, that's really the last thing that was put out by, for classics. So, as a matter of fact, it's the last thing that's in the Bible and in the Pixel Dam book listed under classics. That's, kind of fitting that it was Snake Mountain.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, I love the Castle Grayskull. I have that.
Yeah, I'm eventually get that one because reason being I want to get it is because it was, if you pay attention enough to the Revelation Castle Grayskull and the series, that it's identical to the classics Castle Grayskull to a T. So that's mainly the reason why I want it, because other than if Revelation never came out, I wouldn't have gave two piece of monkey's nipple. Because I got the original, and at the end of the day, the original will always hold serve over here at my house. So
Oh no, yeah, I get it. Yeah. We'll see. And the other thing as well. No. Funny story. So with Castle Grayskull, when it first came out, I had ordered or had two of them pre-ordered. So I got them both. I had one that I had opened up, and one I was keeping sealed.
Yeah.
But I kept, of course, the original box for the one I opened, and I still have my other one that's still sealed in the shipping box. But the shipping box has been opened, but only because. So this is when I lived. It's about an hour from where I'm at now. Again, this was probably 10 plus years ago, something like that, when this happened. So I was out of town. I had a roommate call me saying, "Hey, I just came home and the house was broken into."
Oh shit!
And so I immediately go home, and they tried getting into my safes. They weren't able to get into my safe, so all my guns were safe. And I didn't really have any collectibles stolen. My roommate, he had a shotgun that was stolen. There was other small things that were stolen, like more like electronic type stuff. Like
easier stuff to grab.
Yeah, easier stuff. But they were anything that was in a box, like a shipping box. They thought, well, it might be mail. They were interested in.
Yeah,
because it was a GI Joe Club thing that was stolen, that was put on the countertop. But it was a cheap figure that the club actually wound up replacing.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool that they did that. But the other thing was my Castle Grayskull that was in the shipping box was all the way in the hallway, and the box itself, the top of the shipping container, was opened up. Like, you could tell they tried to pry it open, once they saw what it was, they left it there. They were like, "Oh fuck," and they didn't realize that, man. And I was so glad they didn't take it. But I was like, but they didn't want toys. They went there for electronics, and then they tried to get guns.
Yeah,
they weren't able to get
I was going to ask you, does it drive you crazy, or does it bother you in any way that you're not able to really display really what the majority of what you have, like certain pieces like that? Does that bother you?
Yeah. So when I had my house in Riverside, it was a much bigger house. I was also single too, so I was able to display a lot more. And I actually, so before I got married, I had at one point 4, 5, 6 display cases.
Damn.
And because I had a friend of mine who owned a comic shop, a comic and sports shop called Players Comics and Sports. And when he had closed down his bigger shop and moved to a smaller one, he had all these extra display cases.
Right.
So he wound up giving me, 5 of his real nice display cases. Like he just gave
awesome.
them. So I had like a living room, a dining room, and a family room. And so the dining room, or not the dining room, sorry, the family room, I had turned into like a collector's area. Plus I had the master bedroom, which was huge. And because I was single, I was like, whatever. So I had a couple cases in there.
Why not?
I had all my stuff displayed nicely. Like right now, it's like I'm looking at stuff and I'm just like, and as we're talking, I'm like depressed that I don't have my Snake Mountain displayed.
Right.
And I'm looking at all.
If you ever want to get rid of that extra Castle Grayskull,
no, I'm keeping that. No. Well, because eventually I'm gonna give it to my son when he's old enough and mature enough to not damage it or lose all the parts.
Yeah, here's
open up one.
Here's an Eternia that's 95% complete. Says
3,500 or
no, it's actually, might as well say with shipping, you're looking at probably about 2,700.
Really?
Yeah.
On eBay or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. Or best offer.
Huh?
Yeah, or best offer. That's what it says. $25.99 or best offer.
See, I'm going to be hopeful that we'll see it.
You can, Yudi.
Here's one for 4,000.
Come here.
4,700.
I seriously think though we will see it because Mattel has to know that there's so many fans that is an item that would sell. People would buy the Eternia, especially if they had the working, little tram thing, and you know what I mean.
Well, it's really dependent upon, like, as far as them making it. I mean, because that's a big commitment. Same with the Snake Mountain from Motu Classics, because that's a big deal. And, I don't think it would be nowhere near, the size. It would be definitely scaled down, and it would definitely, I think it would at least be lacking, the features. I mean, even though the original one didn't really, I guess, it had a lot of features to it.
Realistically, though, it comes apart. If I remember right, as pieces.
Yeah,
it's a lower part of the thing, and then the upper tower.
Yeah, because the tower.
They can squeeze it into it's still going to be a big box, regardless.
Yeah.
The original had a pretty big box, but
yeah,
and that's the thing is, I don't even care about them doing a classics one per se.
Right.
I would like to see them do an Origins one, which would be based off of the original scale.
Yeah, it would be more in line with the vintage one, but it would be slightly different because they're not going to try to, mimic what they've already done. I wouldn't think, but
unless they had the molds for it. I mean, you look at the Castle Grayskull they did. The Castle Grayskull, that they released is the same one essentially that they did for the vintage, except for they upgraded the door, the trap door and stuff. But
they'd already said they wanted it to be different from the vintage one in Origins, so they resculpted the front of it and resculpted the eyes and made them more recessed and more condensed down. I mean, it's a good playset, man. I got rid of mine, but I just ain't nothing like the original.
I have one. It's in the shipping box. I've never opened it.
I had all that. I had the shipping box with the one I had. I had 2 of them. Kaz got my other one. I sold one to Kaz.
Like, I mean, and I'm glad I have it, but I definitely think if they did Snake Mountain on that scale, like the Origins, and if it looked like the original with a microphone, I would totally buy that. Same with
I
if
just
they did,
I think the wisdom
you know, the whatchamacallit, the Eternia.
we're gonna
I'd
get
like
some
to have them do it, even if they made a little adjustments
more.
to it. But I'd want the working tram
mhm.
because when they showed it in the new cartoon,
No, I saw it. They leaked the screenshots out from San Diego Comic Con, and I sit
oh,
there
I
at my fucking monitor, bro. I didn't say shit. I was staring at it like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I was just beside myself
yeah,
with excitement, man. I still can't, really put it into words, man. That's why I love the show so much, for other
yeah,
reasons too. But that was a big thing, because it never been shown in animation form, and I'm finally glad that, even though the playset is, you know, loved so much already, and it's on a whole so put it
Ah,
right, the playset itself is on a mythical level.
yeah.
So the fact that it now, it finally got to be on an actual Motu series,
hmm
shit. Yeah, can't nobody tell me shit, and nobody couldn't tell me shit before
Now,
anyway.
have they said that they don't have the original mold,
No,
or
they don't have the original molds.
have they said that though?
Yeah, they don't have the original molds,
Oh, wow.
unfortunately.
Okay. That's
Nor I
like
don't think they
damage,
have the
or-
original molds of the dinosaurs either. But I know that's another thing. Bionatops was shown in there. Hero was shown. I want a Hero figure. If Mattel, I want one.
Mm,
Gimme. Uh, and I want my Bionatops, damn it.
mm.
But yeah, I mean, if not, I've got one, so no harm, no foul. But a new one would be cool. An updated one would definitely be cool.
Yeah.
Anything would be cool at this point. There's still some stuff that can be made. Obviously, Roboto and Pig Boy, and they showed Blade in there, and who else? Web Store, and there's quite a few they haven't got around to that it could do. Like I said, I got something coming in the mail, man. I ain't gonna say what it is, but this shit's pretty big. It's pretty epic, man. So
Mm.
I'm hoping it'll be here. It should be here by the 17th. So it's shipped already. So it may even be here before then. So hopefully within about a week, maybe.
Mm.
A good connection that I used before to get a certain figure, that they came through again. So I think I've got them saved. So they're they're gonna, it's like a good little honey hole, if you will,
yeah.
little
Okay.
good connection. So especially when it comes to Revelation stuff. So they seem to be, I don't know what they got going. I don't know if they literally live in the distribution center or what, or if they're in the Mattel distribution center in Chino or wherever the hell, or I don't know where, but hey, I'm gonna keep tapping the plug until that plug runs dry.
Okay. You said.
Shit,
Yeah, that
might
name.
pay a little extra, but hell, I didn't have to sell the farm to get that other figure I got. So hey, shit, I don't mind paying a little extra, that I ain't got to go out and with gas being the way it is, shit,
Mm.
True. Yeah.
I don't give a damn. I'll pay a little bit. It's not like I was, like I'm paying $80. I mean, there's a certain cutoff point. You know what I mean? It's like when you start like arguing with yourself whether or not if you should buy it or not, then it's don't buy it because
Yeah.
good thing. And the Megalosaur, I could have got him on eBay, but why would I want to do that when I knew he was in town and I didn't have to pay the shipping? And I'm like, you know what? That dude won't come off of it any cheaper. I said, fuck it. I said, I'm gonna go down there and get it.
Mm.
I was feeling a little itchy. I hadn't bought anything in a little bit, and I wanted to add something to the collection. So
Mm.
it'd been a minute because Trapjaw was the last thing I'd got.
Yeah,
You know,
get it.
other
Oh,
than
man.
I bought,
Here.
I kind of dived into the whole Jurassic Park scene, so I bought a couple Jurassic Park stuff,
More money. What up, Kurt? Trans Aaron?
and I got to get that turtle blimp that they got out. I can order it on Walmart.com. I actually got my sister to order it for me, but I don't know if she has or not. Because she got a Walmart card, so she can get a discount on it. Save me a little bit.
Cool.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at a complete sewer playset from the Turtles, and I was like, it was looking mighty tempting. I was just like, I better hold off for a little bit. Because I want to get that Jurassic Park compound from the Kenner line from '93. So, like I said, I want to try to get into collecting the.
How much is that hitting for right now?
Without the box complete, anywhere from 200 to 500.
I can't even do you. Go lay down, man. No, you can do something else, man.
I've seen them averaging around 200 to 300 for the most part.
Go to bed, man. Here, play something.
But it's a big deal. You got to make sure that the playset itself is functional as far as its electronics and shit. If it ain't, functional, that's a big deal. So
For which one?
for the command compound for Jurassic Park Kenner line from '93.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that thing is pretty cool.
It is, man. I never had it. I didn't have a lot of those toys. I mean, I know I had the electronic Raptor, the regular Raptor from the first series. I had the Dilophosaurus, both of those, electronic one versus the regular, and then had a T-Rex. Had the Jeep, and then that was it. I didn't have anything else other than that. Truck, Jeep, whatever it was, the Explorer, but I can't being as my collection is encased into one room, so it's like it's predominantly like 99.7% Masters of the Universe, so I can't get too crazy with, collecting other lines, little small little corner, is my little ordeal that I'm gonna do with, the Jurassic Park line, and then a little small little area for my Pirates Dark Water, and little area for my Turtles, and everything else is He-Man. And then the TV, I'm gonna end up mounting it on the wall. Of course, I'm gonna buy a new TV here shortly because the one I got, it's a 2018 model, and I think it's about time for another one.
Shit, how big is it?
55.
Hey, sell it to me, man.
Yeah, I'll give you a buzz when that time comes. It'll be soon.
Yeah, sell me that shit, man, because I want to start doing my show in there about the printers, man. I want to hang it up on the wall so I can be in there working on the printers and cleaning up prints and shit while I'm talking to people.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, man. I've been waiting. I've been kind of waiting to run across a fair price on the TV. I need 155 inch.
Well, what's your preference on size wise? Like, we got an extra one right now.
Man, I want something fairly big. I had 55 inch when I was out in the shed. And I kind of got spoiled with that shit because you can see the cat real good. I like it.
I think let me ask my dad, man, because he had got a 55 that he got out of a house because he cleans houses for a living. And the one he had in there was I think he had a 40 inch in it, and the one that was in there, that might be too small for you, but like I said, I'll let you know when I get rid of it, when that time comes here soon to get rid of mine. But I'm gonna end up getting, like I said, doing that and getting a Xbox Series X, because I'm not gonna pay above retail for it. I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I've seen the Xbox Series X actually quite often out here now, but it's always the digital one.
Yeah, I see that. I can get a digital one all day long. I don't want that one.
You want the disc one?
I want the full release regular one, because it's the digital one is, regardless if you can add a hard drive, extended hard drive to it. The problem with that is that the system has less teraflops than the other one, computing power. It's just so much like features that it doesn't have that the other one has.
Well, yeah, and mainly the disc. It doesn't have
yeah,
the
and that
drive.
the physical disc thing is it just fucking drives me crazy, man. I I've got digital games, but that don't mean I want everything to be digital. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because like in that's how I am. I've got so many, like
I got
I've got
physical games. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, see, I have the PS5. Although I didn't pay for mine, mine was a gift, and I was definitely glad that it was a disc version because I mean I would have been fine with the digital one, but I probably would have just resold it,
Right?
And waited for the disc one.
Right. I mean, I can get one right now, but it would be like 150 over retail, and I'm just like, nah, man, I ain't.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it'll be out, and I mean, they're already talking about for the PS5. I think there's going to be a new version coming out soon, and then they have the Switch 2 is coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I've got
Switch 2 down.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm not going to get the OLED one because I've got the original Switch, and then my son has the Switch, the Lite.
Yeah.
And then I almost was going to get the OLED one, but when I saw that they're going to be, releasing the Switch 2, I was like, I'll just wait.
Oh shit! Yeah, what you doing? Yeah.
What's up, the Profit Director?
All right, links up, man. My bad, man. What's good, Jay Holler?
Yeah, like all my AC games are physical games.
Yeah, see, a lot of my games, same thing, are physical.
So like, if I love it as a series, it's all I keep them physical. So
yeah, see, and I've got the Xbox One X, but I don't have the newer, which is what's the new one called? It's the Xbox One
Series.
Series.
Yeah, Series X.
Because they have the X and then they have the Series X.
Yeah, and then I fuck with Hitman. So I got all the Hitman.
I got the very first Xbox One on stock firmware. I'm waiting on them to come out with a hack for it. So
oh yeah,
I got no version firmware.
I still got...
Not tomorrow there, Cass.
What's up, Giga?
Welcome. You gonna mod it like not tomorrow?
I'm glad you're all right, man.
Yeah, same here, bro. How's your day been, man?
Actually, pretty quiet. We took some, toasted sandwiches to the neighbors, so they had something to eat.
Looks like your face is blending back to normal a little something.
Yeah,
a little bit. There's still a bit of a skin around the edges there.
Yeah, I saw. Like you can say, you're in the sun for a while, huh?
Yeah, get you some aloe vera, man.
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah, definitely get some aloe vera there, bro.
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, Transaren.
38. What's up?
What's up, man?
What is up, guys? What's up?
I
give you guys
Black.
Hunter for her.
Nice.
And I don't even have Scorponok. That's the sad thing.
Man.
Aaron, you're gonna end up sleeping on all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, you're getting buried in toys.
Actually, it's rated up pretty good there now. There's I have everything rated up pretty nice. I actually went through some more stuff, get rid of the boxes and shit. So. Black Derek here is pretty badass. Actually, I like him.
I do too.
Yeah, I think I might have lost my one.
It looks
the joints are very nice and tight.
That's just crazy, man. That's how big those Transformers get.
The Titans ain't no joke. Well, I got everyone up. I don't have that one. I think there's two that I don't have.
Oh, what you got back there? Jurassic Park hiding behind you, man. Right there on the shelf, right there, directly.
Oh,
yeah. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I seen that. Yeah.
Actually, you can see there's a hole in the shelf right here.
Right now, right? Yeah, I just seen the Jurassic Park logo. So.
And then came from the toy show. Yeah. Came from the toy show today.
That was Transformers.
Yeah, it was Transformers. Yeah, we got one here locally.
A female, and I'm not sure what the other one's supposed to be.
It's at Chris's shop. I don't know how much he's asking for it though.
Yeah, the shield agents.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like how they do the packaging. Like you can put the packaging together.
Yeah, look at that shit.
They got the Cracker Jack boxes now, y'all.
Cracker Jack. Yeah, hell yeah.
And then you got the other side too. Yeah.
Damn. Well, that's kind of like the Tomod and Zaymod packaging that they
Yeah,
revealed.
got them. And finally opened these guys. Look how tiny he is.
Oh wow, I thought he was bigger.
Braun.
No weapon's bigger than him.
Yeah, I know, right? There's Braun. Wheeljack's the best one out of the bunch. My favorite one, the way he looks.
You got your word, you know, when your trap jaw is gonna be there? Or?
Oh, it actually shipped, so I should be getting it Tuesday-ish probably. So good word on that, man.
It does look interesting.
So,
there's the ratchet. Which we're going to get Ironhide exactly the same thing as this.
yeah.
What'd you say, Giga?
I said it looks interesting. Ratchet does.
Yeah, the guns, they almost look like every one of these guns that these guys have. They almost look very similar to each other.
Yeah, they do almost look. Yeah,
They are similar.
a little different, but for almost look, you know. Yeah, look at that.
These two definitely, but this one is Wheeljack's.
Yeah.
They use the same loadout thing and just add fluff parts around it, kind of.
Yeah, it's different mold, but it's actually it's pretty cool. I like it how they give us a little drill bit for Braun here, because they did that one episode. He's drilling down in the hole.
Almost there.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. So yeah, there's my little bit of goodies I got.
Okay, shit.
Yeah, look at the movie one. Look at the movie ones and think more like drones for an army or something.
Like these guys are drones.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Amazon. Whenever they mailed them, I'm surprised these didn't get smashed. That they were all in envelopes.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's never good.
Damn.
Amazon's got some shitty packaging, man. I ain't gonna lie.
The sad thing is, though, I bought these three the same day. One came from California, one came from my own state, one came from like in Illinois or some shit. It's like weird. It's like each one came from different.
You know, Aaron, you know something funny? You do the same. You say the same thing I say in regards to Illinois. My mom always corrects me. It's Illinois, and I piss her off because I'm like, oh, so you mean Illinois? She's like, no, it's Illinois. I'm like, Illinois. She's like,
Illinois.
No. I say Illinois. I say them both.
Got S on it though, right?
I know. I guess the S is silent, but I always say I'll say it just to annoy her. Like, well, because my sister, she lives in I'll say Illinois, you know, because she lives in Chatham, so which is right next to Springfield, and so I always say Illinois, and she's like, no, it's Illinois.
It is Illinois.
Does that mean Bart Simpson lives there? A little pan in the neck.
How do you know? Like, let's see. I'm gonna look up pronunciation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's like the whole pecan and pecan thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
Exactly.
Well, it depends where you're raised.
Hey, what though, Cash? Get this Metal Mouth figure if you ever see him in stores. He's a really cool, nice articulated figure.
Oh, that's cool.
What is that, Fortnite?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's really cool. Damn.
Dude, a freaking holster.
That's because Hasbro does that, right?
Hasbro owns it now.
So they changed it to make it so much better. Wow, that's freaking cool.
Transmit's offerings weren't too bad. I did get
there's a slot here. You can actually put a blast effect in there from Valaverse, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
But then you also got this freaking sniper rifle. Like a 50 cal or some shit. You get the sniper rifle.
The S is silent. It is Illinois.
And then you get some of the. I don't know what. I haven't played the game since season 2, but I'm not sure what the hell these are. Some kind of clubs or some shit.
Yeah, that's a blooming spike mace. That's what that is.
And then you get the backpack itself.
That's a tenderizer.
The tenderizer.
Shit.
You tenderize your tenderloins. You understand?
That if I see that in the store, I
Yeah,
get
it's like, look at the articulation on them. Though it's like it's freaking good. You got the belt. There's like a nice ankle tilt on them,
Aren't they cheaper?
and they're pinless.
Aren't they cheaper too? Aren't they like $17?
They're like if you go to Walmart, it's like I think it's like $18.99 or some. It's how they do like the weird year shit numbers.
But it's similar. Like it really. How does it scale with the classified?
Actually, they scale pretty good. I've got a few of them.
Yeah,
Very
they're great.
close. It all depends on which ones you want, though. Because Link says it's definitely shorter than them. But yeah, they scale pretty well.
Was Darth Vader saying Illinois?
And that face mask ain't bad. You don't even have to change the face. He fit right in too. Yeah.
Hey, you could use them as a basic troop.
Yeah, I plan on buying a couple more of these guys just for Firefly the command.
I was thinking about the bat face that was damaged, putting it on it, but I see he's got human hands. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, he got. Well, you can always make it like whatever you want to do. It's your toy.
Yeah.
Cyborg or Android, whichever one. Still work.
Yeah, it's like these shield agents. They're pretty neat. I don't know if you guys seen the shield agents.
What's up, Bullwinkle?
Hey, Bullwinkle.
I wanted to get a couple of them, man, but money.
These were $50 a pop.
Well, really, they
Boy
look
said
kind of
today.
like, they kind of look like Joe's. But I mean,
Yeah, they do. That's why I want.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
other
You got the gun.
how they look color wise.
Yeah, you get one with the regular face mask like that, and then the other one. The thing is, it's all plastic free packaging too.
They don't have any extra heads or anything.
Yeah, they come with like 3 extra heads. The thing
is,
it's all plastic free packaging too.
They don't have any extra heads or anything.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing a back play.
Yeah, me too.
Prophet, you got to close YouTube, man. If you're on StreamYard, you got to close your YouTube tab.
Yes, well, I don't have a camera available at the moment. Yes. How's that?
I think we've solved it, man. I think that's it. Perfect.
All right. Yes, I don't have a camera available yet. I'm still setting up my studio here.
Okay, excellent. Excellent, my good friend. Excellent.
Have you all checked in to see Datalink's Magnus's new video yet?
Oh my God, yeah, it was awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, good stuff. He's got some talent.
He does. You have some talent too, man.
Hey, so what happened to Libby 2.0?
Libby, I don't know. I guess she bailed out. She saw
Yeah,
that
Libby had all she could take, I guess.
she saw she wasn't getting
Couldn't
under
stand it. And all these single guys looking at her, supposed to be thinking, "Oh, what's going on here? I lost the mind."
She went back to Key West.
Oh,
yes.
Oh yes. Come back
Yeah,
to Key West.
I like this one gun here that you get 2 of these guns with the shield agents. They're okay, but this one here, I actually like this one.
That other one looked bent.
Looks like actual proper military stuff.
Maybe
But
she.
yeah, let's look at Ben.
Yeah, it's bent.
Maybe
This
somebody.
reminds me how unfortunate we are that we can't get guns from McFarlane Toys.
Mhm.
Yeah, they put the kibosh on him.
Right.
Yeah, and the cool thing is though, they come with 3 extra heads here, which is
I know that
awesome.
pisses Todd off.
Cartel got a question for you, Steve.
What's up?
It's on screen. Cartel.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Iron has used those helmets for the for his Steel Brigade customs.
What up, Alberto? I don't think I am, man. I don't
So there
think
you
I
go,
didn't
Cass.
cartel.
Mesco
I
seeds
didn't.
too
I
expensive.
didn't go very often. This was back in between 2007 and 2009, I want to say. And I would go and I would just like flip what I had. Because I would sell stuff by the case. And God, it just depending on where they had a booth. Normally it was over near where there was like this video game guy. He would do like the modded games. He would sell, different ones. I'm trying to think. It's like a back wall. It was like small space. So
I just want to stay up on there.
yeah, it wasn't very often.
it's like loose.
Yeah, if you move it forcefully, yeah, but it's still pretty cool though.
But yeah, I haven't been to Frankensons in a long time.
But yeah,
Not any
I had to
relation to Frankenstein.
I had to get two sets of them.
I've
Hey,
seen that.
the gun on the vest is not removable, is it? On the
No, that's just fake.
Oh, is that molded?
Why would they do that?
Hmm.
Wonder why they did that.
You
Got
must be
backpack.
looking
I'm supposed to
forward
eat
to
it.
the
G.I.
to
John.
the new
I
Quake figure.
wonder who that is. Yeah, I don't know who. No, I don't know who he is. There's only a couple vendors I knew. I knew the guy who had the although I wasn't friends with him. The guy who he used to sell. Because I guess the guys who owned Frankensons had owned that shop that was across from there. Or that was open, I guess, daily versus when Frankensons was only open. What was it, that Wednesday and Saturday or whatnot? And so he was renting from them the other shop. I knew him, although, like I said, I was not friends with him. And a couple other vendors, I knew just because they would buy from me anytime I'd sell stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think who G.I. John is. I bought
Always
from a
nice
lot
to
of
get to
vendors.
a complete one.
I don't always remember their names, and I bought from a lot of vintage guys.
Ah,
Look familiar?
my avatar in the classified line.
I was just about to say the character modeled after you.
Yes, I still haven't seen a penny from it though.
Yes, Roman, yeah. And I didn't like Roman at all.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will if he gets too tied up with Hasbro.
So
to speak.
Roman bought from me a few times, but Roman also complained about my prices because he would go ahead and he would like literally so he would buy the cases from me and then he would open up the cases and sell the figures for like sometimes $40-50 a figure. And then when he was doing that, I had people telling me what he was charging, so I actually stopped selling the Roman. And so Roman actually went to, I think it was Frank Jr., and complained that I wouldn't sell to him, and they basically told him I had the right to sell to whoever I wanted. But yeah, Roman was kind of a tool. No offense
Roman and
to his
Frank
friend,
Jr. They sound like mafia names. Aren't you worried you're going to get whacked?
Roman was a douchebag.
That's tight.
Oh yeah, I like that figure. That's a scarab, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I need one of those to lead my bat squadron.
Yes. That was asked. What's the best army builder so far in the classified line? It's probably the
Alley Vipers.
It has to be the bats for sure.
Really?
Like
You think the bats?
Bats for sure, definitely. I would say.
I would appreciate the Alley Viper more, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but
Right.
what are you hiding from in orange camouflage?
Got a point.
Okay,
Got a point.
So
Yeah,
I
they
love
make
the
it-
bats, and I love the bats.
Maybe he's hiding a
They were
football.
the ones I wanted more than the Alley Viper until I got the Alley Viper. Like
Just a little kit
they're
bash
both
there.
fantastic, though. Oh my god, that's cool.
The battle damage parts for the bats make
Did you
them
paint that? Did you
fantastic
paint
for
them yourself?
dioramas.
This is the boots are just black dye in the belt. I took the belt off and the boots and dyed them.
Yeah,
It's
but the
Flint's
camouflage.
pants. It's
Oh.
Flint's pants.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, that's really freaking cool.
But you can still see the yellow over here. I like to, like I was talking to David Hill, and I'm working on stuff with David Hill, and I'm doing some stuff for him. I'm sending some stuff to him, and he's going to do a couple painting up on these. I don't trust myself painting.
Shout out, brother David Hill.
Yes.
Yep. Shout out to David Hill. He did these wonderful ones here.
Customizers. They show us what extra we can do with them.
Who knew Jeff Hardy would look good as a jungle viper?
That's
That
cool.
look good.
That's cool.
As like now the pants, he actually did the camo on it. You can see the difference of the pants.
Yeah, to match up with the other parts. Yeah, that's tough, man.
And he got rid of that stupid ass holster on the back here.
So who would you like to all see? Who would all of you like to see next in the classified line? I'm leaning on hit and run myself.
Yours, I need to watch yours in your room. Don't use yours, but you can use
Hey, Toy Cartel. Do you know a guy named Scott? He went by Lantern Lad on like his tank and all that. Do you know him?
Maybe it's in your room then. Just don't use the one that you don't want.
Oh, that's sick. I like the camo on the face. That's cool.
Yeah.
Also go Cobra would be Serpentor. But I'm thinking probably Deep Six for the Joes. So something big and just bulky there kind of thing.
Still happy how these came out.
Nice.
Oh, the zombies.
If I had to pick one, it would be Shipwreck.
Dude, those are awesome. Damn.
Yep, I kit bashed them. I feel like I said, you can't. They ain't like I said on the knees. You still bend the knees.
Man, I need one of those.
Hey, I need a couple of troopers and a couple of.
I don't know solo.
Yeah, I bought the heads. They're 3D printed off of. I forget what who it was off of eBay. Bought them. I was like, they were like 15 so a piece for them. I got them. I kit bashed these and I sent them to David Hill and he did his work on them.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And I just added the Molotov chrome pen to them.
Yeah, Toy Cartel. Yeah, I'm not friends with Scott. I just want to see if you know him.
He puts that shit on anything. He puts that shit on anything.
Oh, that's cool. Now, another good friend of mine, actually a guy who is a good friend, who goes to Frank and Sons a lot. He also runs one of the local, I think the SoCal G.I. Joe shows he does. But Robert Lemoyne, you know him, Toy Cartel.
There you go, Cass. There's the helmets for the Jungle Vipers as well, just in case you didn't see them.
Oh, very nice.
Obviously, you can still see the blue from the Vipers.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wondered why the Vipers still need goggles when they have the masks on.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, shout out to David Hill, man.
Man,
lots of cool ideas coming too. Definitely, I've been talking to him about it.
So whose idea was that one? Prophet Director, was it Cobra Commanders or yours to give him the goggles? Was it mine, Benders?
Oh no, that was Cobra Commander. He loves unnecessary bling.
No, even though I like Transformers, I'm not a big Transformers guy. So no, I won't be going to TFCon.
Just right there for that there, Prophet Director. I'm sure you've seen this one before.
Very cool. I like it a lot. What is he made from? Is that
the Civil Warrior body?
Nice.
From Marvel Legends. And then I put his cape and his sword on him and put the Decepticon Cobra logo on his chest after I filed down the star on the chest so you can't see the star underneath of it.
You should see if you can get a 3D printed version of the armored Cobra Commander head for that.
He's going to get one from me.
Yeah, Steve's working on it whenever he gets done with that awesome Dragonfly. Dude, I'm really interested in that if you get it done.
But the question is it still Cobra Commander then, or is it just Fred?
You got a point.
Real quick, Toy Cartel, are you on Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah, you said Toy Cartel? Yeah, he's on Instagram.
Hey, what's your Instagram name? Type it on the thing.
I think it's regular as Toy Cartel, I do believe. I'm not sure.
We are Venom.
Yeah, the price for that dragonfly that you have there, for that there, Steve,
I'm
dude,
already following him.
I love the price. That's a good price for it.
Honestly, Giga, I think the movie Venom is the best Venom Hasbro has ever made.
Yeah, but that head, the only problem is the feet and the head. Once you swap out the head for the bigger one, like the Space Venom, I think it is.
There's a minty fresh one right here.
But the
Yeah,
body
Venom.
of it is very posable.
Yeah. Once you swap out the head, it just needs bigger feet. That's the only other problem. Otherwise,
I haven't had a problem with the feet myself.
I really like the retro one that they just came out with not too long ago.
I don't know. I prefer to use lighting rather than have cell shading already painted on my figures.
I think what I mean is that the feet just need to be that not huge, but just a little bit more to them. Just like more of a big. It's got a bigger footprint.
I've been taking 3mm magnets and sticking them in the peg holes of my figure's feet and then just standing them on metal platforms. It keeps them from falling over.
The only problem is this one doesn't have the feet holes. So it would be nice they did this with just a little bit of an updated color scheme, perhaps. Like everyone says he needs a spider on his chest, but I reckon they make it more like the veins look like a spider.
Well, they're saying now that they're going to make another Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie and that the Venom movies take place in his universe. So perhaps we'll get Andrew Garfield and Tom Hardy together.
Ooh. I have seen the what was it? The end credit scene, I think it was, as a snippet on YouTube. So that was interesting to see.
Yes, the little bit of Venom symbiote he left behind in the MCU, I'm sure will find its way to Tom Holland. But Tom Hardy's Venom will have to deal with Andrew Garfield.
Yep.
There's that.
There's Stephanie. Oh.
Good night, Steph.
There's one dude on Instagram has a one per case or whatever. I might be butchering his name. Does the swords and the shields. So.
Man, lay down, dude. Good to see.
I say that looks really good for that.
You could even use leave that yellow in there, transparent. It's just like a link back to what it was, kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Like because it's a bat, it's like a different kind of bat.
Yeah, this is a jungle bat now.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just meaning like it's a what am I thinking of?
Yeah, he wouldn't be worried
like
about
another version, like a series 3 or something. Kind of thing.
Oh, like a 2.0 or something like that, or some shit. Yeah, I know what you mean.
The yellow blade coming out of the arm reminds me of my Luke Skywalker figure from 1978.
Yeah, it's like a greenish color, but it's coming through like a yellowish, ain't it?
Perhaps it's your lighting.
Probably.
It's just a regular bat. He has army fatigues on to hide him in the jungle.
Yeah, and then you got you got the circuit looking Cobra logo on the chest.
All right, guys, I'm probably gonna log off. I'm getting a little tired here, and got to get up early and trying to finish that Snowcat design. I really want to start test printing some parts this week.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen pictures of it. They're looking good.
Have you seen any of the updates I did for the Dragonfly this weekend?
No, I don't think so.
I have that shit looking good, man.
Yeah,
it's looking good, man. That's the Dragonfly is what I fucked with you on, wasn't it? For
yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. I'm still, but there's so much going on in the community, man. I'm trying to keep track of everything I want and shit.
I had one guy complain that it's got a tail rotor, and I'm like, well, because I want it to look like the Cobra attack chopper.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not even a guy who backed it. He's like, I don't like the way it looks. He's like, you should have just done the vintage. I'm like, well, I want to kind of do my own thing.
You want to do your own spin on it.
And then he didn't like the fact that it's got the canopy supports, you know, which I also wanted to make it look realistic by having the roll bar, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the canopies, because I want them to open up from the side instead of from the top, you know, like a real Cobra. And then another guy was like, you know, the Cobra had 4, you know, propellers. I'm like, no, actually it didn't. The Cobra had 2. Right. You know, you're thinking of the Viper that had 4.
Right. Yeah.
The Cobra had, you know, which was the twin engine, had 2.
Yeah.
You know, and then the 2 rotors. Yeah. And so, or the tail rotor. And yeah, I'm just like, man, there's some critical people.
Some of the shit that you're talking about, though, is like realistically is nothing but a little conversion over if they want to go back for, you know what I mean, to try to make it the Dragonfly. But, you know,
yeah, which they could do, but I really wanted to make it look as realistic as possible and kind of put my own spin on it to where
make it original. I totally dig it. Yeah,
exactly. And so I wanted to make it original, but even like the Snowcat, you know, yeah, it's gonna look like the original, except for it's gonna have the flexible tread. The wheels are gonna turn, you know, will spin. You know, I wanted it to be more. I wanted it to be better, just like the missile pod. You know, I am gonna change that up to where it's more like the Cubby, almost like how, you know,
Chappie Joe
for the Vamp Mark II, where they were in a little box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like by doing that, you're not gonna have to worry about them falling or possibly breaking, and you know. So, but yeah,
you can even do your own. As there's like a what was I thinking of? Variations. Variations in the color for Cobra and Joe's with it.
Yeah, well, yeah. See, and that's why with the it being based off of the Cobra attack chopper, it's based off of a real chopper, and the Dragonfly, I don't think it was actually really based. I mean, it was loosely based off the Cobra, but I don't know of any chopper that didn't have the rear rotor. So it was, I think, still fictional, you know. So you know, I just wanted to do something that was again based off of something more realistic, and you know,
well, I love it.
Oh yeah, and then some guy, and he pissed me off because I don't know why he did it. He posts a picture of the BBI, because BBI made one years ago for 1/18 scale. They made a Cobra attack chopper, and he posts a picture. He's like, somebody should make this, you know, for 1/18 scale, or someone should 3D print one of these. And I'm like, Dingleberry, that's exactly what I'm fucking doing. Look at the image I just posted. And you're posting the same goddamn thing, except for it was for BBI. I'm like, it's the same thing I'm doing. What do you mean somebody should print it? So I sent the guy a message. I'm like, dude, you know, what's going on? Why'd you post that? You know, when you see that's exactly what I'm doing, you know, and then he blocks me. I'm like, fucking moron.
Yeah, fuck him, man.
Yeah, some people have a hard time being wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Nice.
Still love it, Cass. Gonna get some more photos with it here whenever get some time.
Very nice.
We ain't gonna make a Wolverine, Kaz.
See, that's your design, right?
The armadillo.
Yeah.
I had cut up a model or whatever, but like I had to do roll bar, the top turn or some shit. Like I cut it up and I could do all that shit. Yeah. And put wheels
but with yours that you did, you made it to where it could turn and.
Yeah, you can turn it. Huh? Yeah, you can.
I need to get one of those from you because I don't have.
Oh man, I got you.
Huh?
I got you.
Yeah, because the armadillo is awesome.
Yeah, what's the?
I had it. I forgot that I fucked with that shit. That was like way back.
You should try to redo it, but do the flexible tread.
You're right. That would be tight.
You know. Yeah, I think
All right,
the flexible
I have a
tread, yeah, that'd be
question.
awesome.
How hard would it be to get one of the core bomber planes and 3D printing a big snake head for the front of it to recreate the Cobra bomber?
Ooh, that'd actually be fairly easy. I know what you're talking about.
Have it open and everything, open its mouth.
Yes,
You're talking about
like
that
from the
one, that
cartoon.
118 scale one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'd have to.
Because I would imagine if you could print the Cobra head front end of it, you could just buy that bomber and hack the front off and attach
Put that
the
on.
Cobra.
That's a good idea. Didn't think about that.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
It would definitely be a
stuff
crowding
which goes
piece
too.
to your 118th Cobra Army.
Definitely. What's your shut off there on your funding there, Steve, for that for the Dragonfly? Because there was like I said, there's like later this week I get paid Friday. So
What do you mean, just for the file or for the actual printed?
to get it printed, how much is it or whatever for it?
I don't know offhand because I'm still working on the design. It's gonna be pretty big, so but still not as big as, like, let's say the Rattler.
Yeah.
That I've done, so, or even the APC. I mean, it's going to be long, but I'm hoping to get it down to about $400. That's what I'm hoping. Because, like, for example, the Rattler and the APC go for about $550. But that's just because of how long it takes, all that.
Yeah.
Maybe even cheaper than that. Maybe even under $4, maybe like $3. I mean, I want to get it as cheap as possible. Like, really, for the Snowcat, I want to get that between $200 to $300 for the Snowcat. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to target, like maybe even $250. But again, it depends on how much filaments right now. It just depends on how long it takes to print them. There's a lot of variables in play there, but I'll know once it's done. So,
hell yeah.
and then I'll give you a good deal because you're on this group. So I don't want to say the price to where other people might see the video, later on.
Yeah.
This price, but people on this channel just message me and I'll give you, when the time comes, I'll give you a better deal than what I posted online.
He look out for y'all.
Yeah. So,
hey, Steve, I was just
what's up?
I was just thinking the Defiant. It would have to be the size of the secret sewer there in the back there. It would be massive.
Well, see, I have original Defiant. I won't even try to attempt to 3D print something like that. In fact, there's a guy right now who's he scanned the gantry doors. It was a Stone Age Creations, I think is what he's called, and he's going to be reproducing the gantry doors, apparently, for the Defiant. So,
nice.
And he actually makes, because he's got a CNC machine, he actually makes his own molds as well. Now, I don't know if he's going to 3D print it or if he's going to make a mold of it. I don't know if he's got something that big, because a mold obviously that big would be freaking, you're talking about probably the size of the original Defiant box, to do a mold just for the gantry. I mean, remember, these tools are huge. So I don't know if he's printing it, if he is, if it's being sliced, if he's got a printer that big. I know the original CR10, I think it was the S, I think, or 5, or there was one that was like 500 by 500 by 500 for the build volume. So, yeah, but I don't know if that would even, so.
Never know.
Yeah, like I want to actually do some smaller vehicles, but at the same time, I am going to do this year a Night Raven with a drone in classified scale. I'm also going to do the tactical battle platform in classified scale this year.
That'd be awesome if Cass could redo his shockwave tank and actually get the wide stance of it, like the 3 3/4 one.
Oh, wider treads.
Just exactly like the shockwave. Oh damn, I don't have them in my room here. Like the wide treads, and then like the basic. It's a whole different design, but yeah, I'll be all over that.
That could be done.
It might be interesting to do some of the smaller sets in 3D printing as well, like the Cobra bunker or the bivouac.
Yeah, guys have already done that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're busting them shits out quick. Everybody,
really.
Yeah, everyone's doing those. Even the pack rats, they're doing.
The missile launchers from the pack that were with the pack rats.
So for me, it's like I want to do something people haven't done, like thinking about doing the Silver Mirage.
What's that trailer cast? The coastal something or whatever. The
coastal defense.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
A little quick print flip thing. Yeah.
I'm thinking about possibly doing the Hiss 2 because that was a perfect, troop carrier as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna do the Havoc as well this year. So the Havoc's also plan on doing.
I don't think anyone's attempted the Action Force in a scale. My Action Force vehicles.
I did an Action Force vehicle.
I mean, apart from the APC, of course, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, like the what was it? The Sea Lion, the Tri Defender. There's some interesting stuff they've done for it. I know the Robo Skull is out there.
Yeah, the Robo Skull's coming out.
I think that's a 1/18 scale, isn't it?
That'll fit it'll fit a 6-inch it'll fit one 6-inch, or you can have two 1/18 scale figures in it.
What you playing there, Motu God?
I just seen what was on YouTube.
Oh, I thought you were on PlayStation or something.
I watch YouTube on my Xbox.
Yeah, I got Xbox and PS4.
I haven't swapped that head over. It stayed on there.
I can watch it on my TV, man, but I don't like working the control or the remote. I really have.
Gotcha. I was at Target today. I seen 7 gun hose on the shelf.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I hear about it every time.
I was gonna pick one up. I was gonna pick another one up and do something with them, but I was like, I'll wait till clearance comes. I'm sure those poor gun hose will be available for clearance. Like I picked up Flint earlier last week for $3 at Walgreens.
I went to a toy shop and I picked up a couple of decent Black Series deals. I got one of those original Stormtroopers in the orange box for only $15.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, one thing I might do this year, it'll be either this year or next year. I'm not sure if it'll probably just be something you have to push. I'm not going to do motorized. I don't really want to go that route. But I am thinking about recreating the prototype G.I. Joe train that was canceled.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I already started working on an engine. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I'll go grab it real quick.
Ooh. Wonder what.
An interesting thing to just 3D print and sell.
Pullback motors.
Miniature cargo containers, like the backs of trucks. They could go in any background. They could be useful. These things are amazing. I can't believe there's no one that started, making them and selling them online in the scale.
I know White Vegeta's doing some out of I think it was cardboard and a couple other things, wasn't he? Their cast.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that looks like G scale.
Yeah, that's what it would be. So you'd be able to, if you had a G scale track, you could put it on there for whatever. But it's a prototype I'm working on. So
kind of reminds me of the diesel engine that they gave you with the Transformers train set.
Yeah, which that was a So that was actually based off of, which is similar to this one. It's a it's like a mover engine. It's used to pull like stuff in and out of yards. It's not meant for like super long hauls or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
just
working
a
on something.
shunter engine. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm working on something like this. It's got right now obviously plastic tires or 3D printed tires. I would put metal wheels with all of them, axles. Have a
You,
spot to light
you
up
could probably
stuff.
actually put it on the have that as a shell, and just if you find like the right size of the G scale train, you can probably just put it right on the motorized version and have your own self.
No, yeah, I could do all
That'd be
that. I
pretty
mean,
cool. That'd be pretty
I made it
cool.
to where you can actually put wiring through,
Oh,
and
okay.
you can do that. You can get the engine blocks and all that, and then you've got spots for the mechanical gears to go in the gearbox, so you can do all that. So it is something I'm looking at doing. Same with lights and all that stuff. So again, it's something I'm looking at this year. I don't know if I'm going to go with this exact engine, or I might make the engine shorter to look more like actually that Transformers one, which would look like the GI Joe one that was canceled. Um, it would have some components from like obviously the thunderclap. I'd want to have the car that has the like the little light on it. It'd have like I'd reproduce the for the what was it, the Rolling Thunder, the little vehicle, so that way it goes in and out of the one car as well. It'd have an oil tanker that would open up. So yeah, there's a couple things I've been doing some sketches on it and working on. So that's just
Yeah,
prototype right there.
definitely. I was like, I'm sure you could probably be able to do it for regular like O gauge too.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that. I would. This would be because everything I've been doing has been strictly for classified. Although I've done stuff for 1/18 scale in the past, but this would be strictly 1/18 scale. Um, so that's why, like this engine here, this is just a prototype. I would actually probably need to modify it to where it would be a little bit bigger for them, so you could fit two figures in it. I'd probably shorten the engine a bit. So again, I am working on a couple things prototype wise and seeing what I could do, and it's called a switcher engine. Sorry, is what these are called. So that would be my goal is to do the GI Joe train either end of this year or early next year. So
Yep, you can only do so much at a time.
yeah, and I'd like to possibly incorporate, like maybe do a Cobra version and a Joe version. If I do the Cobra one, I'd like to do maybe where the front of the engine has the snake, rounded for the bullet train. How they had for that the what was it, the Cobra, the train of gold or whatever, the gold, it was based off the
Yeah.
cartoon. So
Oh, you could do like a gold cobra on the front.
yeah,
The mouth actually open.
possibly. I mean, there's a lot I could do. So, I mean, I love trains. Trains are also one of my big things, and
Oh yeah, me too, man. I agree. I have a whole bunch of O gauge trains.
yeah, I do too. Well, the funny thing is the O gauge stuff. I have some stuff now. I've always been a G scale guy. G scale and an HO. I don't have
HO's
anything
pretty
set up.
good too.
Yeah, I don't have anything set up HO, but in my living room through the kitchen and dining room, I've got a big G scale layout that goes around the house.
What is
Oh,
the
shit.
largest scale?
Yeah, which is the larger. It's the garden scale is what they call it. That's why it's
Yep.
G scale.
What is the letter for the largest scale? Is
The
it
letter?
O? Is O the largest?
No, G would technically G is until you go with live steam. Live steam would be like your 7.5 or your 9. For the gauge, those are the ones that you would see people ride on or whatever. Which that's my next thing I want to do. I want to get a live steam to go around my entire house. But for now, I'm sticking with G scale. Now, there was a company who they were known. In fact, he had worked for Lionel for years, a guy named Mike. And then he was one of their top technicians and designers for Lionel. He left Lionel, started his own company called Mike's Train House, MTH.
Oh,
and he made premier O gauge stuff for a long time. Now he did some what's called 1 gauge, which is G scale. It's the same scale, but their G scale stuff had some. It looks great. They've had some issues, especially with their later stuff, just with quality control and things like that. And so I had bought a big boy that was their G scale big boy, and it was like a $3,500 engine. Well, I wound up going through 3 of them because of all the issues it had with wiring and stuff like that. And so I finally have it to where I've got one that works fine, all that. But because of all the problems, they felt really bad. And they said, well, we want to send you something for free. They asked me, is like, do I collect O gauge? And I said, no, not really. I said, but I'd like to. And they said, well, we're going to send you a tracking number. We're going to send you a surprise. Well, they have 2 different O gauge lines. They have their basic line and their Premier. They sent me a Premier O gauge big boy, which is like a $3,000 engine. And so I got that. And so, of course, I started collecting other, O gauge stuff. So in the other room where my printers are, and I think I've shown you guys, although it's not running right now because I've got stuff up on top of the track, a bunch of collectibles, but I have an O gauge line up there as well in the one in the 3D print room. It has the big boy on there, and so
Steve is talking the language again.
Huh?
I see you talking the language again.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another.
Yeah.
That shit, I'm gonna have to close it off, man. I gotta get up at 6 to take these kiddos.
Yeah, and I was supposed to get off too. So you guys have a good night.
Good night, guys.
There you go. Try to stay around.
Catch you guys later.
Everybody have a good night. Be back tonight at 10 if y'all ain't doing anything, man.
All right, guys. Have a
Yeah.
good night.
Later. See everyone in chat.
Be good,
All right,
y'all.
good to see you.